Hello, everyone. This is Kestraptorial. It is the morning of September the 8th, 2020, and I'm here to talk about the California heat wave and wildfires. Now, California has, over the past few decades, of course, since it's been governed by Democrats for decades on end now, it has been declining into a flaming trash heap. Pretty much. Very, very sorry to say. Uh, San Francisco, Los Angeles, those cities. I haven't heard much about San Diego in particular. My dad and I once visited San Diego, the zoo, the legendary zoo, Wild Animal Park, long time ago. Um, they were they were lovely when we were there. We didn't stay very long, just a couple days, but California is no longer the beautiful cities that it once was. California is an interesting state in that, so it's, of course, on the west coast of the United States. It's the southernmost state on the west coast of the US. It is um, it is on the southern edge of the southwestern edge of the Rocky Mountains and the Sierra Nevada mountains. Very mountainous state, except near the coast. Uh, Very beautiful beaches, or once beautiful beaches. It has recently been experiencing, of course, extreme heat waves in the triple digits, 111, 125, just heat that I've mostly lived in the northern states all my life. I've visited the southern states a couple times, but it can get pretty hot in the northern states in the summers, and so California's. I mean that kind of heat I can. Well, I would not do well in, and I can scarcely imagine it doesn't get that hot where I live. But California, of course, like a lot of the more arid states in the more arid regions of the U.S. Uh, has experienced, of course, water shortages. It's by the ocean, but there's a limited amount you can do with salt water. So humans need fresh water, of course, and freshwater lakes, rivers, reservoirs are in limited supply. And with heat waves, of course, comes a lot of evaporation. And now we have fires, either starting from the intense dry heat and wind, or being started out in the western states, and they are burning the burning the entire state down, essentially. I think I've got a number. There's 23 or 24 fires across the state this year. Um, I am trying to look at my file here. I was only able to compile a bit of information this morning. I am looking for the area. So 1.7 million acres, 24 fires now, 23 were counted a few days ago, burned 1.7 million acres. It's a lot of land. It's a lot of area. And the thing about California and states with a lot of slopes, a lot of hilly or mountainous terrain, here's what happens. So the vegetation in arid and semi-arid regions is uniquely adapted to the average climate of the region. Uh, we'll talk about global warming concerns some other time. But so, what's meant to happen? What usually happens in nature, if it's relatively undisturbed, is that, uh, of course, there will be fires in the summer. They will be uh, in, they will be lower scale fires. They will spread through the vegetation. They will kill a lot of the vegetation, but leave the usually leave the roots undamaged if the fires are not too large or hot or intense. And plants will regrow after the next year after the fire makes its way through. Now, um, when you get intense fires, very hot fires, very large fires, and over a prolonged period of time, what that does is it completely will kill the plants in an area, the trees, the shrubs, the grasses. And what those plants are doing is their roots, which are left undamaged by smaller fires, or not totally killed at least. Uh, the roots, plant roots can give rise to new plants if they're not completely dead. When you kill off the roots, you kill off the root the root webbing, the net of roots, the interlocking roots that are underground, holding the soil in place. This is true with small plants as well as trees. Now, in hills and mountainous regions, like we have in California, like in a lot of in the northwestern states too, uh, what happens when in the fall, in the winter, you get heavy rains, heavy snow. The snow melts in the spring and summer, and suddenly you have a lot of land, a lot of mud, a lot of water uh, rushing down the slopes, and nothing to hold the slope, nothing to hold the soil in place, which would usually be the plant roots. This is exactly where the landslides and mudslides come from. Every time there are these massive, uncontrolled fires raging across the states, raging across any region like this, could be anywhere on Earth. Uh, Kill the plants off completely. You also kill off what's holding any of the steep slopes in place. I have commented on this before. Now, also, I have here. This is from a Twitter this morning. So yesterday, September 7th, 2020, CBS Evening News posted on Twitter. It was an article titled "California Wildfires: Record Heatwave Fuels Fires and Forces More Evacuations." Of course, people are evacuating, fleeing California because of its uh, horrible, um, horrible government policies. The state is completely shut down, far beyond anything necessary from COVID-19. The living expenses, living prices are just astronomical. It's almost impossible to live in California anyway. And now you got these major wildfires. On Monday, authorities say a pyrotechnic device used at a gender reveal party ignited one of the 23, now 24 plus, major wildfires burning in the state. More than 14,000 firefighters are trying to keep um, some ability to keep the fires under control, but it's not working. Well, if this is what's going on at these leftist parties, these gender reveal parties, what can I say? You gotta stop setting things on fire. You know, if people who call themselves warriors for the Earth, the planet, if you're concerned about the environment, concerned about global warming, you want to stop setting things on fire. In addition to killing off the root system holding slopes in place, that when you kill those off, of course, nothing to hold the slopes in place when the snows and rains come, and then you get the landslides and mudslides that bury villages. In addition to killing off the plants uh, that does that damage, when you kill off the plants, you kill off the organisms. The plants collect moisture. They actually cool an area down. This is why forested areas are often cooler than plains. Now, plains will have more difference often, and plains and deserts will have a greater difference in temperatures between day and night than forests, because the the trees will also uh, they will break up wind chill. They will break up the they provide shade, so they're controlling the not really controlling, um, but they are mitigating the intensity of the heat or the chill. They are um, they are more averaging out the temperature of an area. Uh, so regions without forests uh, will often have more extreme differences in uh, in temperature between day and night. But the more vegetation, the more plants, the more forests you keep, the the more you will be able to cool an area down, and the the plants will also keep moisture in place. They will keep water in place. They will keep they'll keep a watershed as well as a soil in place. It's more complicated than that, but this is why really the best strategy to actually preserving the planet is often uh, to let things be, and to let the smaller seasonal fires burn their way through. Uh, so well, in some forests, what will happen is if you put out the smaller seasonal fires too early on, the leaf litter, the fuel will build up and build up, and of course, if you get a heat wave, if you get a dry wave, uh, that will only make the fires burn more intensely. That will evaporate the moisture. That will stack the intensity of the fire, which we do not want. And that's what's been going on. The smaller uh, naturally occurring seasonal fires in California, where the policy was for decades was to put those out fast. That has proven to be a mistake, because now the vegetation is unable to survive or bounce back from very intense fires. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do about California now. I'm tried to do some research this morning to try to see if I can find a solution, but the only solution I can see is to, hey, people got to stop starting fires. I don't know what else to say at this point, and there's got to be better management of the ecological policy and of the water management until until the people actually managing the situation either changes or become more competent. I don't know what to say. California really is in hell. It's a hell, and I'm not sure how to bounce back from this. I wish I did. I wish I had some idea. I will try to. I'll try to make more videos. I'll try to get more things going. There comes a point when I'm not sure what to do. This tutorial, I hope I was able to explain a couple of things, if nothing else.